Today we're going to discover why is your business not growing? There are three macros that will impact how and if a business grows. The last one I'll be sharing with you, and there's a present for those of you who are actually watching to the end, is, in my opinion, the game changer because it's what changed my business and how it operates, how it performs, how it functions, how it grows, regardless if I'm in the business or not. Now, the challenge with private practices, especially in the chiropractic spaces, we can use outdated methods. And we've been lucky enough because we have a corporation of a few clinics that we've been able to find the formula and standardize what works once. Once we got that fitted correctly within the team and we collected a number of systems that work regardless of location of the economy, the markets. I believe these are just excuses because actually what you can find is each clinic can thrive if you have the right ingredients. And we found that and we replicated it 5 times. And one of the clinics that I operate is doing really well, but I would have never be able to do that unless it was one of these final points that we'll talk about in a minute. So one of the biggest reasons why businesses cannot grow and potentially why your practice isn't growing is it's just lack of knowledge. And that usually boils down to information. What is the information that you lack in order for you to know how to get to the next step? Just think about it in a really practical terms. If you didn't know what water is and how gravity works when you're a toddler, you're just likely to jump in the pool and you just expect something magical will happen. No, you will sink. Therefore, understanding how water works and how gravity works, and you as a human being jumping in the water, you're likely to sink if you don't know how to swim, is information you either have or haven't got. Now, there's 2 things about information. It's everywhere, which is great. I believe information should be free, and information is second factor about information is it's so much of it that it can lose its value. And it's difficult for you to know how to filter out information. If I speak to this guru about how to build my business and this guru, who is right and who's wrong? Because very often people contradict themselves. So that's really important, is not having the knowledge to know how to get from point A to point B and acquiring that knowledge for you to then start to visualize what the process looks like. The second reason why people cannot grow their practice and their business is lack of skills. So that's the how to. So now you know the information and you understand that in order for me to not sink when I jump in the water, I need to be able to swim. How on earth do I actually acquire the skill of swimming? And often is having a mentor or someone showing you how to do it first and breaking down the complexity of the skill to a very minimum standard. So week 1 might be you just holding on to the edge of the swimming pool and just moving your legs. Week 2 might be you holding on to some floatable device with your hands in the water and kicking your legs. Week 3 might be just starting one arm, moving back and forth whilst using the stroke, whilst kicking your legs. And that's how you build a skill, by breaking it down to its most simplistic terms. And that just takes practice and takes time. But anything, and this is my belief, I might be wrong, but it's my belief that anything can be broken down into skills that are simple enough for anyone to learn. So with my private clients, I can teach anyone how to build a successful practice. Some might take 6 weeks to acquire the skills. Some might take 6 to 12 months. And that just depends on many variables. Your adaptability as a person, your foundational knowledge of business, how good you are as a communicator, what's your team, what's your resources like. But the third thing that I want to focus on today, the magic that has completely transformed my practice from 0 to over $1 million in revenue a year with 30-35% profit margins, which is unheard of in the chiropractic space when you have an associate-based model whilst having a big team, a big clinic, is understanding what the bottleneck of the business is. And that comes from a skill called self-awareness. That can be very, very difficult sometimes to even know that you have or haven't got. And when you have awareness, you develop a skill that we call pattern recognition. So if you're a chiropractor, and I practiced for a while, I practiced for 10, 11 years, and initially you don't even understand what it feels like to be able to palpate a restricted joint or a tight muscle or finding a trigger point, because I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have the skills. But once I acquired the knowledge and once I started to practice, to develop the skills, then you start to understand You start to see things in patterns. So by year 7, 8, 9, 10 of practicing, I can then see the whole patient as holistically and understand that if this was tied, this is likely to happen. If this is how they turn and twisted, then more likely the mechanism of injury would be this. It's the same with business, guys. It's no different. When you do it, I'm not better than you. I've just made more mistakes. And when you make more mistakes, you learn quicker. When you learn a lot, you acquire skills. And when you acquire skills, the next time you are presented with the same challenge, you know exactly how to deal with it. And this is what we did. In order for us to identify the biggest bottlenecks in our business, we developed this magic thing called the KPI Success Tracker. If you're watching this on YouTube, there will be a link below that you can literally download it for free. I've even made you a training video that you're going to get with that to know how to use it. But unless you understand, and this is what the Success Tracker looks like, unless you understand where your business is suffering, you don't know what to fix because you've no idea what's broken. So we measure everything from ROVs to re-examination conversions to PVAs. We have lots and lots and lots of different metrics, but we've also created a dashboard so clinic owners and practice owners, or even individual chiropractors, can actually identify patterns in their business. And I'll give you just one example. I'm actually going to take you to the actual tracker that you'll be able to download if you choose to. So in the training video, I explain how you use that into much more detail. So if you decide to download this, you'll get an automated email from us to show you, and I think it's about 10-minute training. You can use that and literally give it to some of your team members for them to do that for you if you're a clinic owner, which is what I do. I get a direct report every single Monday from my practice manager, and all I do is I go on Clinic Total. This is not my practice. These are just hypothetical numbers, but you can see adjustments. Are they growing? Are they slowing down? Are they declining? Number of ROFs, number of new patients. I then go down here, and this is the biggest pattern for me to assess is how are we doing year up to date from all the numbers, all the input that you'll be able to do here. New patients, report findings, re-exams, chiropractic individual stats, massage therapist if you have any. And then I go here and I look, okay, 67% conversion rate. From ROVs, it's okay. I would like us to get to 70. We're in the yellow. I want us to get to the green. 83% conversion rate for re-exams. It's okay, but at least 90% of people should be going into maintenance, so we're underperforming. I need to focus on X, Y, and Z training with X, Y, and Z person. This is the beauty of knowing your numbers and understanding the health of your business. It makes no sense why you would spend so much time with a new patient to understand their full medical history, to understand what's gone wrong, what's gone right in their past, what are they suffering with, what medication they're on, what are the tests showing, but you don't do that for your business. It makes no sense. That's why we take the history, to be able to understand a very clear diagnosis of what the problem is, because then we know what to fix. So guys, this video, if you're watching this and if you choose to download our KPI tracker, it will have a massive impact on your business. Then if you choose to have consulting and coaching with me, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not here to push people to do coaching with me. I'm just get really frustrated and somewhat sad when I see chiropractic clinics, especially in the UK, struggling to survive. Chiropractic is an amazing career, and when done correctly, and if you know how to run business, and if you don't, I can teach you, but if you don't know how to run a business, then we blame it on the profession, or we blame it on the patient, or we blame it on the market, or Facebook ads are not working. But actually, it's a formula, it's a system, it's a collection of systems. And that's exactly why I started the Chiropractic Clinic Owners Club or community, Practice Speak community, because over there, we're going to get lots of cool chiropractic owners all sharing what works and what doesn't for them, because collectively we can solve problems quicker and better than individually. And if you're a practice owner, you know it can be lonely, it can be frustrating, it can be sometimes stressful, and sometimes it's time to offload. So the community is also therapy for business owners. We can sort of talk about what's working and what's not working, and who's performing well and who's not. But guys, this is the video for today. I hope that you find value in. Use the dashboard to give you a visual representation. For example, before you leave, let me show you. So chiropractor number 1, YTD stats, year to date stats, is showing me that their ROF conversion are 67%. Their re-exam is 76%. So they're in the amber, they're in the yellow. We've chosen what the industry standard is, and we want to be above it. Chiropractor number 2 is 67% conversion rate, but it's a 93% conversion rate from a re-exam to maintenance, which means this person is really, really good at communicating long-term prevention, giving patients exercises. Their results are probably better, so the patients are likely to understand how chiropractic is just part of your lifestyle. You can make notes if you want to. It's just such a simple tool that I just couldn't find anywhere. So we had to design it for our clinics, and it gives you data so you can actually take the right action, and you can use your time really wisely, because your number one priority as a business owner is to solve problems. If you don't know you have problems, you don't know what to solve. So I hope this video helps, guys. If you need any extra help, please let me know. There will be a link in the description for you to download this exact KPI tracker, and then I'll provide you with the training so you know how to use it as well. If you want further support or join the community, there'll be some information below, and we'll catch up next time.